God himself, and that's no wrong. It is not for nothing that all 7 banks are indigenous Ghanaian banks, owned and managed by Ghanaians. So is there something uniquely peculiar about us as a people that may have contributed to the collapse of these Ghanaian banks?
And that was Evans on Friday. Later on the show, we'll be going into the issues having to do with Royal Bank, so you want to stay with us for that one. But now, let's begin by talking about one other bombshell which hits the nation newscape last week. I'm talking about Menzgold. This morning, we have exclusive details into the license agreement signed between the government of Ghana and of Menzgold. And then we have a letter that the Minerals Commission wrote to Menzgold. And now we are going into exactly what they say. Raymond Akwa is here with me. Enimado is also here. Malik Abbas Dabo is here. So I have a full house. I, of course, am Daniel Dazi. Thanks for staying with us. This is the Super Morning Show. Raymond, let me begin with you. First of all, take us through the basics of this agreement that has been signed. Who was representing government? Who was representing Menzgold? What are the basics that we should know?
So the agreement was actually made on the 22nd of August 2016 between the government of Ghana and, of course, it was represented by the man who are true and lawful attorney at that time, Neo Samuels, who was the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. And on the other side, Men's Bank Ghana Limited, which here we knew that became Menzgold, a limited liability company incorporated in Ghana with registered office at number 26 Lagos Avenue, East Legon, Accra, in the Greater Accra region of Ghana, was represented by the Chief Executive Officer, Nana Apia Mensah. And there are specific details on what the intent of establishing the agreement was, what was supposed to be done by the various parties, what were the defaulting lines in there, what were the modes of resolution of any conflict, if any arises, and what the expectations were clearly determined in this particular agreement. So 2016, August 22nd, I mean, today's date is 13th, right? So it was almost like 10 days or so, some 2 years ago, that's when this agreement was established. And specifically, if you want to know, the government was desirous of ensuring that maximum utilization of its mineral resources in such a manner as will optimize benefits that accrue to the nation from the exploitation of the minerals. The government was also determined to discourage illicit trade in minerals, including gold, and has under prescribed and regulations agreed to license private companies to purchase and export gold and produce by holders of small-scale mining licenses. And the company, as we know, applied for a license to purchase and export gold from Ghana in accordance with the powers conferred on the minister under Section 6 of the Act and 104 of the Minerals and Mining Act 2006, Act 703. Now, the minister has agreed to grant the company a license, which is the license that we are giving you details of, to purchase, and this is instructive, to purchase gold and export same subject to the following terms and conditions. Daniel.
Right. Now, I'm going to the next section. This says the parties have agreed as follows. One is authorization. The company is hereby authorized to purchase gold locally from any person holding a small-scale mining license, that is into brackets small-scale miner, as the company's registered offices in Ghana, and to export same in accordance with the terms of this agreement. So it goes on to explain that the company may appoint gold buying agents to purchase gold on behalf of the company from small-scale miners. The next section, it says who qualifies to be a gold buying agent and how this gold buying agent must be registered. The agent may be an individual or a company. Number 5 in that section is that the registration of a gold buying agent is not transferable. Raymond.
Now, there is also a lot of detail about what else ought to be done by the people who are qualified to this particular stage. Now, the name or incorporation documents of the gold buying agent, the copy of the birth certificate, where the gold buying agent is an individual, and all of that actually have been stipulated in this. We should know that when you have to establish, and the accounts of this gold buying agent shall be maintained with the bank duly licensed by the Bank of Ghana and shall include a Ghana CD account and a foreign exchange account. There's a lot of talk about establishment of assaying facilities by the companies, and it proceeds to say that the companies are established assaying facilities for its gold buying and export operations, which at the request of the Minerals Commission shall be open for inspection by the Minerals Commission or its authorized representatives. And the 5 is where the assay by government designated laboratory is put in there. And that part deals specifically with, it says the minister, in accordance with Regulation 33 of the Minerals and Mining General Regulation 2012 LI 2173, shall appoint a government designated laboratory to undertake an assay on all gold intended to be shipped by the company. The cost of assay shall be done by the company. And also talks about the company shall, prior to the export of any gold, grant access to the government designated laboratory to assay all the gold to be exported. Now, the company shall notify the government designated laboratory of the scheduled dates for export of gold at least 2 working days prior to the scheduled dates. Where the assay value of the gold is to be exported as determined by the government designated laboratory differs from the assay value of the determined by the company, the higher assay value determined shall prevail. And that is the next point that's made in this agreement. There's also a point about to ensure regular supply to local users, the company shall, subject to government's directive on the exportation, sale and disposal of minerals, supply to local refineries a portion of the gold purchased by the company.
Okay.
So this is also an instructive point that ought to be noted.
Yes, and we've been using the word assay a lot. Yes. It's simply the testing of a metal or to determine its ingredients and quality, or if you are using it as a verb, to determine the content or quality of a metal or ore. So you remember that there's a section here that says after the assay is done, if government comes with a different value than the company, the higher value prevails. There's also an issue of submission of refining and sales contract, which is here. It says that the company shall, during the pendency of this agreement, submit to the Minerals Commission a copy of any refining and sales contracts executed between the company and any other body corporate within 7 days from the execution of the contract. Also, the conditions of export are talked about here. The company shall at all times satisfy the requirements and conditions of the Minerals Commission and the Bank of Ghana relating to the sale or export of any gold, and any other conditions at the Minerals Commission and the Bank of Ghana may direct from time to time. The company shall repatriate into Ghana through the accounts referred to in clause 3.2 an amount representing not less than 80% of the proceeds realized from the sale of gold exported to any consignee. And the company shall comply with clause 7.2, which is the clause that says that they must repatriate 80%. Yeah. So shall comply with that clause within 30 days of the date of its last shipment before another or subsequent shipment to the consignee can be effected.
There's also an issue to do with the supply to local refineries. You know, I did mention that early on, that this was supposed to also be done. Now, it says in 8, to ensure regular supply to local users, the companies are subject to the government's directive on the exportation, sale and disposal of minerals, supply to local refineries a portion of the gold purchased by the company. It doesn't state the portion in this case, but in 9, it says the company shall be required to make monthly payments into a special account to be operated by the Minerals Commission towards the sustainable development of the small-scale mining industry in the country.
So that does that for the development of small-scale mining in there. I'm going to skip and go to duration of the license, Raymond.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So that's from there, then we go into anything else. Then we'll do cancellation and we'll do anything else that we have here. Now, the duration of the license says the license shall be valid for a period of 3 years. This is 12, section 12. The minister may, upon application by the company, renew the license for a further period of 3 years, provided that there has been no breach of the terms and conditions of this license and any law relating to the activities of the company. The license may be renewed upon such reasonable terms as the minister may determine. So, Raymond, as you said earlier, when we were talking about the basics of the document, this was signed in 2016. And the license is valid for 3 years. So naturally, it's in 2019 that we should know this to expire.
Okay.
Take us to cancellation.
Okay, so there are conditions under which these licenses can be cancelled. It says in 13, the minister may suspend or cancel the license, and there are specific conditions under which this can happen. And the first one in this case is A, if the company is in breach of any of the terms and conditions of this license or in breach of any provision of any law relating to the company's activities. Now, B, becomes insolvent or bankrupt, enters into any agreement or scheme of composition with its creditors, or take advantage of any enactment for the benefit of its debtors, or goes into liquidation. And in C, it says makes any statement to the minister, the Minerals Commission, or any other competent body or authority which the company knows or ought to have known to be false. Now, in 2, still under cancellation, the minister shall, before suspending or cancelling this license, give 60 days notice to the company to remedy any breach of the terms and conditions of this license. And where such breach cannot be remedied, the company shall be required to show cause to the satisfaction of the minister why the license should not be suspended or cancelled. And the last point on cancellation really is on cancellation of this license, the rights of the company under this agreement shall cease, but without prejudice to any liabilities or obligations incurred by the company in relation to the license prior to the date of the cancellation.
Okay. Now, of course, all that we have been looking at has been a license to purchase and export gold. This is an agreement between the government of Ghana. At the time, they were represented by Neo Samuels.
Who was
Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, and Menzbank Ghana Company Limited, which later became Menzgold. This was signed on the 22nd of August 2016 between the parties that we have mentioned. The crux of this entire document is that Menzgold has the authority to buy gold locally from small-scale miners through registered agents and then exports them. Any interesting details, there's an accounts are supposed to be set up. They are supposed to repatriate 80% of the revenue that they get to the country within 30 days of a shipment outside the country. And when that shipment is made outside the country, within 30 days, it's after those 30 days that they can, it's after the monies are repatriated that they can get a new, they can make a new shipment outside the country. But this is not the only correspondence that has gone on between Menzgold and government. In fact, after this, on the 19th of September 2017, the Minerals Commission wrote a letter to the managing director of Menzgold Company Limited. Malik has those details.
Yes. So, as Daniel pointed out, this was a letter which was written on 1970. That's almost a year ago, last year. And if I may just read parts of it, the headline of the letter is Unauthorized Business Activity. And this letter is addressed to the managing director, Menzgold Company Limited, Accra. And it says that we refer to various meetings held with officials of Menzgold Company Limited, that's Menzgold, in relation to the business activities of the company, in particular its gold vault, gold eraser box program, gold vault market, and dealings with Brew Marketing Consult Limited. And if you know how Menzgold business works, so Brew Marketing is the branch of the company which sells the gold. And those who deal in the Menzgold business, they go to Brew Marketing, they buy the gold, and then they go to Menzgold and deposit it there, and then they earn a return on whatever investment they have made in buying the gold. And this letter is citing Brew Marketing, the business dealings. Paragraph 2 of the letter says that Menzgold was granted a license to buy and export gold, and Raymond mentioned that by the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources on 22nd August 2016 for the initial period of 3 years. The license required Menzgold to purchase gold from any person holding, and Raymond read this, any person holding a small-scale mining license, and it's important to note this, persons holding small-scale mining license, and to export the gold. The license also entitled Menzgold to register persons who would be certified by the Commission as licensed buying agents of Menzgold to enable them buy gold on behalf of the company. During the discussions held with Menzgold's officials, Menzgold sought to interpret its right to buy and export gold as including a right to sell the gold locally and as well as internationally. The commission held that the license only entitled Menzgold to buy gold from authorized persons and to export same. The commission further determined that if even the company seeks to sell the gold locally, it could only sell to persons who are licensed to buy gold. Remember, I have said that Brew Marketing is a branch company of Menzgold that sells the gold. And if you read what this letter is saying, this letter says that the company could only sell gold to persons who were licensed to buy gold. Therefore, the company's programs which involve the sale of gold to the general public who do not have a license to buy gold are inconsistent with its license. Furthermore, since Menzgold has not registered Brew as any person as a licensed buying agent, no one can lawfully purchase gold on behalf of the company. And the second but last paragraph is that in light of the foregoing, Menzgold is advised to desist from any business activity that involves the sale of gold to unauthorized persons. Additionally, the company is advised to correct the misrepresentations in the media regarding its license within 10 days of the date of this letter. And it goes on to say that Menzgold is to take note that if it fails to heed this warning to comply strictly with the terms of its license, the Commission will advise the Honourable Minister to take steps to terminate the license. This was in September last year.
Important questions coming up here. I know that there are so many buzzing on Malik and Raymond and anyone's minds right now. I have a few of my own. So we'll take these messages. When we come back, we'll begin the conversation really about what all of this is about. We have been making contact with representatives of Menzgold since we decided to put this out yesterday. We are still working on speaking with the lawyer of Menzgold, Kwame Kufu. We are in close contact with him, and we will be getting him on the show. So stay with us, and when we come back, there is more.
It's a new day. I want you to first think big, not small. Think of how great we can be when we work together. Together, we can ensure that our hard work will provide a better future. Together, we can provide a foundation for you and your business to succeed, regardless of its size. Together, we can create opportunities for all. Bank with us today and let's journey forward together. Forward together. Cowbank, forward together.
The other day, as I was in my kitchen preparing my special jollof made with lily rice for my family, I heard a knock at the door. It was my mechanic. Instead of calling me to pick my car, he brought it himself. I said, "Cho," he said, "F-O." I said, "Take the car back. I will come and pick it myself." As I turned off the fire from under the lily jollof, there was another knock at the door. It was my neighbor. I said, neighbor. He said, "F-O, my dog has jammed your wall again, oh." I said, "Don't be silly. You don't have a dog." My wife and kids came home and we sat down to enjoy. So, it was my pastor. He said, "Bless you." I said, "Bless you too." He said, "Did he come to church on Saturday?" I said, "Acho, but why are you coming to tell me this on Wednesday?"
Having to fend off visitors at mealtimes because of Lele's tasty aromatic rice? Celebrate every mealtime by sharing with friends and family near or far. Lele. Tasty food, happy family.
Acho.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Admission. The Catholic Institute of Business and Technology, CIBT, a private Christian university, is calling on all who wish to study degree programs such as information technology, accounting, public administration, marketing, banking, and human resource management,
religious studies, and church administration.
To apply now, CIBT is fully accredited and affiliated to the University of Ghana and KNUST. Forms can be purchased at all EMS sections of Ghana post offices. Locate us at our campus adjacent the Nat Hall. Please contact 0575 033 547.
There is a bank in town, solid and strong, giving you the service you desire. It's Commerce Savings and Loans. We give you financial security you deserve through our SISU account, church account, fixed account, kiddie account, and many more. Our duty loan for churches, asset finance, federal loans, and others have interest rates that are perfect for any pocket. At Commerce Savings and Loans, we make life convenient for you. Make payments on all mobile network, pay for DSTV, mobile money, TV license, and many others. Call us on 0302 767 827 or 667 783. Commerce Savings and Loans. We offer you a relationship beyond.
Would you like to change your home or office from the ordinary to the extraordinary? Are you tired of messy POP finishings that's heavy to work with and time-consuming? Then Trelidor Decor Range is your answer. Trelidor is the approved supplier of NMC, the world's largest manufacturer of polystyrene cornices, skirtings, ceiling roses, and wall decor panels in the world. Our product is not POP. It is extremely lightweight, flexible, waterproof, fire retardant, and very easy to transport. 5 times faster to install than any other POP products. Call Trelidor Decor today on 0561 24 24 24.
The Buzia Institute for Rural and Democratic Development, BIRDD, and the entire Buzia family invites you to the 40th anniversary lecture celebrating the legacy of Dr. Kofi Abrefa Buzia. Tuesday, the 28th of August, 3 p.m. at the Accra International Conference Center. Come as we celebrate the life and values of Dr. Kofi Abrefa Buzia. Special guest of honor, His Excellency the President, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. The Buzia Institute for Rural and Democratic Development, BIRDD, projects and protects the vision, works, and legacy of Dr. Kofi Abrefa Buzia, which primarily had to do with rural development, democracy, and education. We entreat all who believe in the vision and values of Dr. Buzia to participate in the 40th anniversary lecture. Remember, it's Tuesday, the 28th of August, 3 p.m. at the Accra International Conference Center. All are welcome.
What's your thing? Corporate guy, shirt and tie, heels and scarves? You got to meet those KPIs, buddy. Appraisal is coming up soon. Pressure! But as we say, because we go die, we no go sleep. What's your thing? Friday night out with the buddies or the ladies, bonding over drinks and gossips. Find you at Kiki Biso Corner. Kwesi Artist Grind Day blasting through the speakers. Dreaded Monday, couple of days away, no fears. Work hard, play hard. Hashtag Journey to the Top. Let's do your thing. Stanbic Bank. Moving forward.
Hi listeners, I am Agnes Spell Edem Carter by name, but love to be called as Miss Journalist. My dream is to become a renowned journalist in Ghana. My passion of becoming a TV anchor cum journalist is taking shape at where I am today, Blue Crest College. Guess what? I'm at Blue Crest Media Lab recording, and this can tell you how close my dream is becoming a reality. Millions out there with aspirations to become a renowned journalist, come and experience Blue Crest College.
Choose Blue Crest College. For admission, call or WhatsApp 0263 011 390 or 207 783. Visit our website bluecrest.edu.gh. Blue Crest College, education for life.
Hey, new phone, new TV. Why? New job, Anna?
Same double. Man, forget to say every month of August inside we day. MTN Momo, match no flow second stone.
Hey, you talk true.
Exciting things are happening with MTN Momo. And to cost our pump your MTN Momo wallet. No fire payments, send money, shut our bills. Just do more on your MTN Momo. For building more points, now winning more. iPhone 10, Samsung S9 Plus, Samsung TV sets, and up to 2,000 cedi cedis e-cash. Ubeta free every month. Any achedie bebre. 80 daily. *120# for check your points. Promo where you're locking it down till 31st October 2018. Afeti. Uwinia. Uhiya promo code biya. Untiashi. Asana wajo price. Uwinia. Number bako pair and a befrel. 0244 300 000. Now about Joe price our MTN office. MTN Enfa text message and chadie. 80 koswa. Just Momo it everywhere you go. MTN Momo. Ayesa coat. Acheno. Atayebia ni ho. TNC supply.
Super Morning Show.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah. 25 minutes to the top of the hour here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Since about 8 a.m., we have been taking you through the agreements that Menzgold Company has with government, the license that they were granted by government in 2016, and we have read to you a letter that the Minerals Commission wrote to Menzgold to tell them that that license was to purchase and export gold, and currently they are selling the gold locally. They are only authorized to export the gold that they sell. Or they buy, pardon me. Authorized to export the gold that they buy. But the question is, this letter was written in September 2017. So what else, what other correspondence has gone on between Menzgold and government? What else does government know? What else has Menzgold told government that is authorizing them to carry out the operations that have been described as illegal in the past by the Minerals Commission? You want to stay with us as we get to the bottom of all of those questions today on the Super Morning Show. We'll soon be hearing the voice of Kwame Akufo, the lawyer for Menzgold. But before that, are you expecting money from your relations abroad? Have you ever been defrauded of your money remittance? Open an ADB account today. Send your name and account number to your relations abroad. Ask them to use MoneyGram Direct to Account service and receive your money in your account in minutes. With MoneyGram Direct to Account service, there is no PIN code wahala. You can access your money on all ATMs in Ghana or send it to any mobile money wallet using ADB mobile banking app or *767#. Visit our Facebook website or call our hotline 0302 210 210 for more. ADB, truly agric and more. Now, the internet is like a highway for your business. Have you ever spent hours downloading your business files or missed a tight deadline because of your unreliable internet? Now, that could be a potential opportunity out the window. With MTN Business, your business cruises on the most reliable, high-speed, dedicated, secure internet service in Ghana. Plus, we offer round-the-clock technical support customized just for your business needs. Enjoy premium internet access specially designed for your business today, everywhere you go. Visit mtn.com.gh/business or call 0244 308 111 for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Now connect from wherever you are on up to 4 mobile devices with the DSTV Now app and the Vodafone Showtime bundle from only 1 Ghana cedi for a daily unlimited bundle. All you need to do is be an active DSTV subscriber. Download the DSTV Now app and dial *900# to access the Vodafone Showtime bundles. Call 0302 740 540 for more information. Vodafone, the future is exciting. Ready? DSTV. Feel every moment. So let me give my friends in the studio, Enimoa, Raymond, Malik, a minute each before we hear Mr. Kwame Kufu. Or would you guys agree that let's hear Mr. Kufu first before you guys speak?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right then. All right, so it's 21 minutes to the top of the hour. Here's Kwame Kufu, lawyer for Menzgold.
I'm here on the Midday News, Mr. Kwame Kufu. You may have heard the MD for PMMC. He says that as far as he's concerned, PMMC has not given any license to Menzgold since it last revoked it in 2014. Your response?
Let me say this. First and foremost, I thank you for having me. This interview is necessary to allay the concerns and fears of many responsible Ghanaians in this republic who have invested money or taking out this gold investment with my client. It is important, first and foremost, to state this. Mr. Perry Hammond is categorically wrong. The records will show that by letter dated the 28th of August 2014, Menzbank, then the Menzbank, now Menzgold, applied for a gold export license from the PMMC. That license was granted after monies had been paid, the necessary registration fees had been paid. The license was granted to run from the 4th day of September 2014, with the validity period expiring on the 4th of September 2015. Subsequent to the expiration of this license, my client subsequently applied for a renewal, which was also granted on the 3rd day of November 2015, with same expiring on the 2nd of November 2016. Let me state this for the records. There has never been an occasion that a license was issued to Menzgold Ghana Limited and same was revoked by any governmental entity. I heard Mr. Perry Hammond speak yesterday and say that the license was revoked. That statement is not supported by the record. That statement is completely defamatory, and we are challenging him. I am challenging him as counsel for Menzgold Ghana Limited to come up with the revocation notice. You have to bring him back to the studio, and we expect him to do what is proper and just, to render an unqualified apology to Menzgold Ghana Limited. None of such has occurred. He was not in office at that time, so I guess he's speaking to the company's history. But if he has to speak to the company's history, he has no remedy to distort the record. Now, he speaks of the econometrics of the transaction. The econometrics of the transaction are transactions between Menzgold and its customers. None of the customers have laid complaint to Mr. Perry Hammond. In any case, Mr. Perry Hammond is not the qualified person to make a calling on the econometrics of the transaction. Now, the Minerals Commission have duly given a license to our clients to deal with the export. What the PMMC does presently under our legal framework is that it becomes the independent assayer of gold that leads the Republic. The Minerals Commission has not complained about us. People make a lot of speculative statements. We have a financial system now that is overheated. And when these statements are made by persons in a government which is private sector led, it is worrying and dismal. It is worrying, and I repeat, very dismal.
So quick clarifications, Mr. Kufu, quick clarifications
Yes,
I would want to find out from you. Do you currently hold a license that has been given to you by the PMMC?
We do not need a license from the PMMC.
But from what Mr. Perry Hammond is saying is that until if you are...
MFA, let me speak on these matters because these are matters of the law. What is happening in the Republic now is that nobody has a Commodities Trading Act. My clients are engaged in commodities trading. That is why the Bank of Ghana, for example, in 2012 has never issued a notice and said, don't deal with them. But for 6 years, the Bank of Ghana has never been able to say anywhere in this republic that what they are doing is illegal per se. They say that we're doing deposit taken under Section 6 of Act 930. We say, no, we're not doing it. Under Section 6 of Act 930, the Bank of Ghana has the authority to set out prescribed financial activities which violates the law. For 6 years, nobody has set out violations of activities of our type of work that we do. In every private sector-led economy, what happens is that people become innovative, and many people sometimes are afraid of innovative. We are prepared as a responsible entity to engage government and stakeholders so that we can begin to build...
We don't have too much time, so Mr. Kufu, I would have to come in as and when. You told me about the renewal of your license in 2014. In 2015, that expires in 2016. Have you renewed it since?
We do not have to renew it. We have started dealing with the Minerals Commission. It's not about renewal, MFA. It's about revocation. Mr. Oparihamon did not say to you in his interview.
But you've just told me that you renewed your license 2014, 2015. What happened to the 2016 one?
We did not have to, because PMMC became an independent assayer. So we went to the Minerals Commission. They have outlived their usefulness to our business.
So what's the specification of the license that you've been given by the Minerals Commission? What's the specification?
It's with respect to exporting gold. So we export the gold and commodity trade it and share the benefits of the commodity trading with the customers.
What about your dealings in the country? What about your dealings in the country, the derivatives? Don't you need a license for that?
We are not dealing with any derivatives. That kind of language is borrowed thinking. That's the kind of propaganda people are putting out there. We are not dealing any derivatives. If people choose to use adjectives, we are not taking those adjectives. We are engaged in commodity trading. If somebody has a problem, we are prepared to speak to the person. We're prepared to speak to the issues. We are prepared to engage government to put together a regulatory framework. Section 6 of the Act 930 has prescribed financial activities, MFA. Nobody has set up prescribed financial activities which enmeshes Menzgold Ghana Limited in its activities. So there is a lot of borrowed thinking out there in the public domain, which does nothing else but to collapse Ghanaian businesses, and we have to desist from this.
The interest you're paying also is in question. He said that nowhere in the world would you get any such interest, because 84% per annum, 7 to 10% on gold trading. Nowhere in the world, in Dubai, Switzerland, everywhere. He says that's unrealistic.
He speaks of an unrealistic transaction. We speak of a transaction which is realized day in and day out. None of the customers, none of the people dealing with us in this commodity trading have complained or laid complaint. I say to Mr. Oparihamon that if there is a complaint, it is not to his doorstep. He's stepping completely out of his jurisdiction and speaking for the Minerals Commission. The president has appointed him to work for the PMMC, not to speak for the Minerals Commission.
Mr. Kwame Kufu, we're grateful for your time. Lawyer Kwame Kufu speaking.
So that's Kwame Kufu speaking with MFR Pau on the Midday News last week. He was then responding to Mr. Oparihamon of the Precious Minerals Mining Company, PMMC, which said that they have not licensed Precious Minerals Marketing Company, PMMC, which told us that they have not licensed Menzgold. So I'll give my friends in the studio a minute each to just raise any questions if they have any about the information that we've heard so far. We've read the agreement that government has with Menzgold, the license that they have given Menzgold to purchase and export gold. We've read the letter that the Minerals Commission has written to Menzgold telling them that, look, you are supposed to only purchase and export them. You are selling them locally. That is not according to the terms of the agreement regarding your license. And we've heard from the lawyer of Menzgold. Let me come to you first, Malik. You have spoken to people who do business with Menzgold, and what is the impression that they give to you?
Well, it's interesting listening to Mr. Kwame Kufu, particularly when he says that the company is dealing with the Minerals Commission. Here we are. We just put out details of a very serious letter containing very serious matters relating to the business and the business model of Menzgold, and it actually issuing warnings and asking Menzgold to desist from the current practices. Now, if Mr. Kufu says that they are engaging with them, and he was talking only last week. This is a letter which was written last year, warning them to desist from the practices that they were engaged in. We know for a fact that those practices are still happening. And as of last week when he was talking, those practices were still happening. I do not know if he was aware of this particular letter whose content we just shared. But if he was aware, then it is difficult to appreciate what kind of engagement he's referring to when he said that they engaged the Minerals Commission. Because the Mineral Commission states categorically that Menzgold appeared before them and sought to interpret the license that they were given to cover the kinds of transactions that they are engaged in. And they pointed out to them that there is no way they could stretch the rights that accrue to them on the basis of the license to do the kinds of things that they are doing.
But then again, it's also important to note that this engagement was last year.
Absolutely. It was last year. And that in spite of the warnings of the Minerals Commission to invoke the rights to terminate this license if the practices did not stop. We know that the practices have not stopped. We know that the termination has not happened and that the practices have continued.
Exactly. So the Minerals Commission also has questions to answer.
Absolutely. It has questions to answer. So I think there certainly are bigger issues on this matter than the public knows. And I'm sure in the fullness of time, all of those matters will be put out.
Of course, we are raising the issues as they are now. Like we said, we are doing our best to get the officials of Menzgold, some of whom had agreed to. The lawyer of Menzgold is the one that we are speaking with now, getting him on air. Raymond, let me come to you next.
Daniel, my uneducated mind pops up some issues and it makes me confused. First and foremost, the point they are making is that they can buy gold from small-scale operators alone. We do know that it's been more than a year since the ban on small-scale mining was put in place. We know that Menzgold is still engaging in some form of gold trade of a sort. I mean, they have different titles for it. The commission also differ in this appreciation of same. But where do they get this gold from? And at what point in time do we get to know whether or not Menzgold bought gold from the 15, 30 or 40 different small-scale miners across the country? And this was recorded, registered, and it was assayed as the law demands of them, and was sent with which particular flight and on which date. Details of what are required in the law to be provided. So there's a doubt in my mind, how can the business be continuing when the primary source of the commodity has been seized? Because even the registered and the ones with licenses, and you do recall that almost around the same time last year, through the activism of Occupy Ghana, the ministry even came out to say that currently, as the law exists, there is no operating small-scale miner who is licensed. And all licenses in operation are clearly illegal because apparently the law demanded that all of these small-scale licenses ought to be approved by Parliament. So if the small-scale miners, even prior to this time, were operating illegally, if the purchaser of the gold from the small-scale miners, and it is pretty clear in the Minerals Commission letter that they've not even appointed their agents to buy the gold. So that means that they couldn't have bought the gold in the first place. So where exactly does the institution get the gold from? Where does it get the people that are supposed to be the agents in there? Okay. Registered agent, where does it get them from?
Okay.
3, how does it get to trade in a commodity which production of same from the group that's supposed to do it has been stopped?
Great questions there, Raymond. So I think it goes to the heart of the fact that there has been a ban on small-scale mining, yet they are getting gold when their only license is to purchase gold from small-scale miners. Malik earlier was talking
and export it.
Yes. Well, I took one half of that because that's where your questions were. And Malik's point there really was on the fact that the Minerals Commission themselves raised questions about the activities they are carrying out. Those questions were raised in a letter written last year, and we know that as of this morning, that business is still ongoing. So there are a lot of questions to be answered, both by officials of the Minerals Commission and by officials of Menzgold in there. Let me come to Enimwa to find out what she has to say.
Okay, so this is what is on my mind. Sustainability. Because at the moment, from what Raymond says, if they're not actually buying any new gold, and the whole business is run on the fact that we're selling gold, and people are going into the bank, in quotation marks, and buying gold, then for how long will they have available gold to sell? So then if they are not actually selling gold, they are taking your money, giving you returns without actually selling you anything because they don't have anything to sell. So in effect, it translates into it's a Ponzi scheme. So the question then comes up is how sustainable is it? Because, and my problem is, and I've been reading how it works, my problem is when people begin to withdraw their capital. So it's nice, for example, if you put 30,000 CDs in and you're getting 3,000 CDs a month. But when people actually start taking out, okay, I've taken my 3,000 CDs a month for a year. Now I want my 30,000 back. Now I want my 50,000 back. Now I want my capital back. How sustainable is the generation of the income? And I mean, even in the interview, like MFA said, 10% a month, about 84% per annum.
That's on 8%.
That's on 8%.
That's on 7%.
That's on 7%. There's nowhere in the world that you're getting these kinds of returns on your money. So that's my thing. I mean, everything else is really important, but for me, how sustainable is it? Second thing is
on your point of sustainability. It's important to know that the question Raymond raised is that they are not supposed to be getting the gold.
In the first place.
We have not said they are not getting gold.
Okay, so they are
the
not
question
supposed
is that
to be. Okay.
where are they getting
the gold from? And are they even getting any gold in the first place?
That is also very
Because
valid.
for me, it kind of really just looks like it's a cover-up. Not a cover. You know what I mean? Okay, we're selling this, so you bring your... Because I know people who have money in there, but didn't come away with the gold. They were quite happy to see it and say, okay, keep it, and, we'll just have our returns every month.
So if I get you right, they go buy from the Brew Institution. And let's be clear, this is what the report says about the Brew Institution. It says, since Menzgold has not registered Brew or any person as a licensed buying agent, no one can lawfully purchase gold on behalf of the company.
Yes.
So they go to buy from an illegal source because the source really might have bought the gold, and in this case couldn't have been the people buying the gold because it's unregistered according to this report. Then bring it to a different office.
Yes.
To come and actually deposit this gold. Is that what happens? Then they are told that your gold will be sold on the international market.
And you have the
you
returns.
get some returns in this particular case.
Every month.
So far as your gold is still dangling on the international market,
your returns are coming
or
every
being
month.
sold on the international market, your returns are actually going to come in every month.
Yes.
The same gold, the same amount of money in this particular case. But how many times can you sell a single gold coin?
Well, clearly, they are
No, okay. So what goes on is that there's a commodities market, like it's gold trading.
Okay.
Yes, on the international commodities
so you're going
market.
to sell it.
So they are going to trade on your gold.
That's
so
interesting.
using your gold as a principle, they're going to trade like how there's a currency exchange.
I see.
Yeah.
So
I'll let you in more.
Thank you. So that's one part of it, the sustainability thing. The other thing is that with the Minerals Commission or the PMMC or whoever it is that is monitoring this, over the weekend, listening to Newsfile, the lady lawyer who came on, she talked about causation.
Clara Berry Cassati.
Yes, she talked about causation and implication. My question is, are we going to sit down, send letters that are dated almost a year ago, and wait to see what happens, and then take responsibility for the millions of Ghanaians who are investing in this? And my thing is, if the higher authorities do not intervene, we cannot almost not blame the public who are investing, because Charlie, 7 to 10% a month is something that you can't walk away from easily.
You can stop work and stay home and do
that.
I find it very tempting.
Seriously, you can. So the onus right now is on the Minerals Commission, it's on Bank of Ghana, it's on whoever. We are seeing it with the banks.
And substantively, it's on the minister. Because listen to what the Minerals Commission even says. Said the company is advised to correct the misrepresentations in the media regarding the license within 10 days. This statement was issued in September 19. It stands to reason that from 19th, by September 29th, we should have seen a statement from Menzgold saying that this is the misconception that we are correcting. Did this statement come out?
No, Roma, I
the
think
day
that
they proceed to do that.
I think
because that sounded like the sine qua non for the withdrawal.
I think
that if it didn't happen,
I think
the
from
withdrawal.
day one, the position of Menzgold has been one of arrogance. And I'm sure that Daniel will be reading some of the tweets of the chief executive of Menzgold, and you would sense exactly what I am saying. about regulations, somehow now there appears to be a certain backtracking and a certain eating of humble pie and an admission and concession that yes, we are not regulated. The original position has been, look, Bank of Ghana doesn't regulate us. It doesn't have any right to be talking, and our business is regulated. Now they are saying, well, we are willing to deal with the Securities and Exchanges Commission. And even that...
Last Saturday, Kwame Kufu said on Newsfile that they will be meeting with them.
He said, if the SEC comes to us, and I'm wondering... If you are transacting a business which is raising questions, should you not be the one who are looking at regulations and bringing your business under the proper regulations in order that you can legitimize your transactions?
Okay.
Should you be waiting for the regulator to come to you? Is that how it works?
Malik, let me do Joy Business Minutes now. Mm-hmm. When I come back from Joy Business Minutes, you see, this whole question, it has been empowered by one point. People are patronizing the business. So my question really is, if people are investing in the thing and they are finding it profitable, who are we to question it? It's their money, isn't it? We'll come back from the Joy Business Minute and deal with that.
It's the Joy Business Minute. Good morning, it's Darrell and Karen.
Our top stories.
Omnibank and Sahel Bank are said to be in serious talks that could end in the two merging operations. Discussions so far advanced with an announcement expected in the coming days.
MD of Stanbic Bank Ghana, Hassan Andani, has called for a new regulation which would ban individual majority shareholders from being part of top management of firms they have invested in. It has emerged that interference of such individuals contributed to the collapse of some banks.
The Status Code Service has disclosed that 200 new items have been added to the inflationary basket after it rebased the economy. It has become necessary because of the high demand for some goods and services, coupled with citizens' growing purchasing power.
And the Ghana Hotels Association has expressed its commitment to sign off on a collective bargaining agreement tabled by employees. This is to avert a possible strike action over poor conditions of service.
That's it for now.
We'll be back with more at 3:06.
Hey, Kwame, what's up here?
My brother, my wife has been diagnosed with cancer.
What?
My brother is here with kidney disease too.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know the World Health Organization estimates that over 16,000 new cases of cancers are diagnosed annually in Ghana, and kidney diseases account for 10% of all medical admissions to Kolebu?
But thanks to Glycocritical Illness Plan, GSIP, I have spent over 20,000 Ghana cedis on my younger brother's disease.
Yeah. What is GSIP?
Glycocritical Illness Plan, GSIP, provides you with financial support when diagnosed with any critical illness or dread disease such as cancers, strokes, kidney failures. Speak to GlycoLife today on 0302-218-500 for your GSIP policy. It is definitely in our interest to survive. GlycoLife, we cushion you for life.
At Afrodan, we believe that many of the problems people have with their health is as a result of the way they sit. In other words, your chair can kill you. Here's Dr. Marcus Mann of the Chiropractic and Wellness Center.
What you have to remember is that the spine is the lifeline to your body, and posture is the window to that spine. Now, posture is affected by your daily activities and habits like sitting. That's why at the Chiropractic and Wellness Centers, we recommend what I believe to be the best chairs available for preventing not only subluxations, but also other health problems that you may not be aware of. And that's Rabami and Mobilex chairs. Unfortunately, on a daily basis, I have to correct the effects of this poor sitting habit in our businessmen and businesswomen. Always remember, optimal spine equals optimum health.
So, for the sake of your health, buy Rabami or Mobilex chairs from Afrodan. We are on the first floor of the Swansea Shopping Arcade. Telephone 663-085.
It's time to experience something different, unexpected, and definitely beyond banking. It's a new era at GCB Bank, Ghana's most welcoming bank, where we offer you a world of financial security, flexibility, and convenience. We swiftly serve you with over 180 branches and 300 ATMs, and provide e-banking solutions that make it possible for you to bank anywhere, anytime. When you need a personal loan, sooner is better than later, so we give it to you in 24 hours to make sure the experience is always memorable. At GCB, your opportunities are limitless and we keep you smiling at all times. We're bigger and better, ready to take you beyond banking. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
Hello, madam. Mommy has malaria. She said I should come and buy Hexapin and Agazone and Talumodino Nabutolosis.
Hey, Bayo, this malaria and you are stressing like this? Get Novamita. Novamita kills malaria parasite and comes in a special pack that fits into your pocket, wallet, or purse, so you never forget your daily dose. And if she has resultant anemia, give her 3-Fa. 3-Fa is a blood tonic.
Always get tested for malaria before taking medications. If you are pregnant or a lactating mother, seek medical advice first. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Novamita and 3-Fa is manufactured and distributed by Pharmanova Limited. Locate them at Osu at number 3 Okodan Street or call 054 31 71 894.
Novamita, sort to malaria one touch. Any 3-Fa anemia away. Novamita.
Show it to kill malaria.
Ooh wee! It's the craziest sale ever. The Malcolm Crazy Sale is on. Malcolm is giving you another opportunity to spend less for more. Enjoy an amazing 15% discount on all purchases above 200 Ghana cedis. Not just a 200 Ghana cedis. Be our spending on your 15% discount free. We and your draw be our amunumu. So what tamale? Kwase, Aka, Takradi, baby be our Ghana hebia. Or Malcolm shop. Nature with discount of 15% with 200 Ghana cedis shopping at Ubeye Bia. But remember, this offer is not valid on mobile phones, fruits, and vegetables. Terms and conditions apply. Malcolm, where Ghana shops.
If you swipe your First National Bank Gold or Platinum Visa debit card as much as Kwesi does, you'll earn so much free money, you too will be laughing all the way to the bank. Earn free money every time you swipe your First National Bank Gold or Platinum Visa debit card. Money does grow on our tree. This is not a promotion. It's a First National Bank thing. Terms, conditions, and rules apply. First National Bank. How can we help you?
Time waits for no man. The future belongs to the brave. Nothing comes without a fight. Fight for a better future. Fight to change the world.
Make your mark at Academic City College with its new campus in Hacho Accra. With activity-based learning and premium teaching talent, take your education beyond the theoretical classroom.
Visit www.accghana.com. Admissions open now for September 2018. Academic City, unlocking potential, one leader at a time.
Nine minutes past 8 on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. So far in the show, we have brought you The details of the license that Menzgold has to operate, it authorizes them to buy gold locally and export them immediately. Well, just to purchase and export. And then we brought you details of a letter that the Minerals Commission wrote to Menzgold last year, September 2017. This is a year after that license was granted in August 2016. So this letter that the Minerals Commission wrote to Menzgold tells them that, look, you are only supposed to purchase and export the gold. Currently, you are selling the gold locally. As has become common knowledge, Menzgold sells gold to buyers or customers, and these customers authorize Menzgold to trade on the gold internationally, on the international gold markets. That is how they get the margins or profits that they make every month. So that's what we know so far. A lot more information in there that we are getting for you. We have also gotten a response from Kwame Kufu, lawyer of Menzgold. After hearing all of this, we are curious as to where your mind is. What are your thoughts about what you have heard so far? Do you believe that Menzgold is a company that is on the up and up? Do you believe that our authorities are doing enough? These are questions that concern you and your money. Remember, we have already spent 8 billion on failed institutions. Do you think that we would get to the point that we would need to bail out this company too? Or really, all of this is much ado about nothing? You have a right to judge. So you will call us on 0302 216 541 and let us know what you think. You can also call 0244 340 437. Before that, Entrance University College of Health Sciences is the first private university to offer the Doctor of Pharmacy degree in the West African sub-region. We provide great opportunities for training in the pharmaceutical field. Our students will have a hands-on pharmaceutical manufacturing practice and will equally have an opportunity to do their clinical at Entrance University Hospital. Admission SSCE or WASI with passes at least grade C6 in 3 core subjects: English, Mathematics and Integrated Science, and 3 electives: Biology, Chemistry and either Physics or elective Maths, and a pass in Social Studies. Our qualifications include international baccalaureate, IGC, SE, GCE or advanced level, GCE level. Foreign candidates must submit copies of all results and must have a science background. Entrance University College of Health Sciences is accredited by National Accreditation Board and is affiliated to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KNUST. Location is number 16 Okwegono off the Spintex Road. Telephone 050-908-6631 or 050-908-6651 or 026-870-2763. The website is euchs.edu.gh. And the Buzia Institute for Rural and Democratic Development, BIRDD, and the entire Buzia family wish to invite the general public to the 40th anniversary lecture celebrating the legacy of Dr. Kofi Abrefa Buzia. Join us on Tuesday, 28th August 2018 at 3 p.m. at the Accra International Conference Center as we celebrate the life of Dr. K.A. Buzia and the values he stood for. The special guest of honor is His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Now, your text messages are brought to you by Afrodan. Your back must last you a lifetime, and Glyco Travel Insurance Policy, we cushion you for life. Let me take my first caller, William, calling from Ebri. Good morning, William.
Good morning.
William, let's hear you.
Yes, on the issue of Menzgold and the government of Ghana, I think Ghanaians are not being fairly treated. You know, FDA wouldn't wake up and say that we are not sure of this particular food, and that anybody who eats it at his own risk. If FDA has a reason to believe that a particular food is not licensed and properly checked, they would automatically take it from the shelf and then prosecute whoever imported it to Ghana. Now, the government is just sending warnings. You deal with them at your own risk. You deal with them at your own risk. People, not everyone is risk averse, let's understand. But government should be able to come up with a press release that these people are in a wrongful business. They are against the law and they are perpetrating a criminal act, and then take the necessary steps. And then Menzgold should also hold a press conference or something to its customers and be clear with them what is actually going on. Because if government is going to just send warnings and warnings and warnings. My brother, you know that people know that there's HIV out there. They go around having unprotected sex every day. It's not everybody who is risk averse.
William, what do you think? Do you think that maybe the fact that government has not done anything further reinforces Menzgold's position that they really can't do anything?
That's exactly my point, because like you said, the last letter was sent a year ago.
Okay.
You understand? If government came and said, okay, as it is now, there's no regulation that regulates them, and so we cannot hold them to ransom. So you go and deal with them at your own risk. I will know how to deal with them as a customer.
Right,
I hope
William.
you understand my point.
Yes, I do. So let me make way, William, for Jeffrey to come on the line. He's been on the line for a while. Sorry to stop you in the midst of your tracks there, in the middle of your tracks there, I should say. William, Jeffrey is calling from Accra. Good morning, Jeffrey.
Hello, good morning, boss.
Yes, how is everything?
Everything is fine. I want to talk about Menzgold.
Go ahead.
Yes, Menzgold has been in existence since 2013, as far as I know them. It's been about 5 years now. They have not defaulted their clients. People go and deposit their money. They get their extra value every month. They have used it to enlarge their businesses, start businesses, taking care of their families. I mean, it's a good business, and I expect all government agencies to support them. If they can give 710 million to Capital Bank to help them be stable, what do the banks give to people? When we go and save in the bank, what do we get in return? They seize their money, and when you're coming for money, they give you all kind of problems. So if Men's Bank is there and is helping us, the bank should help them. If even it's a Ponzi scheme, they should reserve 610 million so that when that time comes, they should refund our money back.
Jeffrey, that would be...
The business. For 5 years now, they've been doing well for us.
Jeffrey, wouldn't that be unfair to taxpayers to say that people should reserve 610 million?
Yes.
We have
paid Capital Bank 610 million. Did they ask if it was fair? Do you know what Menzgold is doing for us?
Should we sit and watch it happen again, Jeffrey? Should we sit and watch it happen again, if indeed?
It won't happen. Nothing will happen. What? Okay, so
that is your point.
Business has collapsed. What has happened?
So your point is nothing will happen. That's fair.
Even if something will happen, they should have a reserve so that they will help us, just like they help Capital. Because if you put Capital Bank and Menzgold, who is benefiting? Who is the Ghanaian public benefiting from? Do you know how much money I've made from Menzgold? Do you know how much interest Capital Bank gave me? So we should help them. Even if it's a fake institution, we should help them because they are helping the people. At the end of the day, when you get your extra value, you go and then use it for business, or you go and put it back in the same fraudulent banks.
Right. Thank you very much, Jeffrey, for calling from Accra. Let me make way for Komla, who is calling from Nungwa. Good morning, Komla.
Good morning.
Komla.
Yes, I listened to your discussion. You asked the question, where did they get the gold from? To buy.
Yeah.
Not buying gold. You know about Bitcoin?
Yes, I know about Bitcoin.
That's what they're trading on. They know all those lawyers speaking to you and all those things, they know what they are doing. Instead of telling the people to invest their money in Bitcoin, they're taking their money and paying them. It's possible.
Okay, so that is what you suspect, that they are really trading in Bitcoins.
Is that?
So I'm saying your suspicion is they are trading in Bitcoins.
It's not my suspicion, that's the fact. That does not tell you. They don't tell their customers.
Okay, right. Thank you very much,
They are
Komla.
trading on Bitcoin and they are getting a lot of money.
Right, thank you very much, Komla. Felix is calling from Kwashiman. Okay, I don't have Felix, I have Clement from DC. Good morning, Clement. Good morning, Clement. Unfortunately, I lost Clement there. But Enimo is here. Enimo has a number of our messages from our listeners. Enimo?
I do. And the first one says, I feel very outraged by the outburst of the owner of Menzgold and his lawyer, and I blame the regulators for treating that company with kids' gloves. How many times will they issue warnings to them and refuse to strike? Enough of the warnings. They must act now to stop the company calling their bluff when they are engaged in illegality. That's from CBO in Adenta. As usual, there are political forces and some so-called influential people behind this company, hence the dilly-dally merry-go-round tactics. And why are Ghanaians patronizing this Ponzi in spite of all the warning? Joy FM, this fake propaganda you are doing about Menzgold will never get you anywhere. We are satisfied clients of Menzgold. It is our money. What is your problem? You people should... Yeah, some of your staff have monies there.
Anyone, hold on there. Let me listen to. Is it Gaetano or Gaetano? from Chifipraso?
Gaetano.
Okay, reminds me of that Big Brother Africa
yes,
housemate.
I took after him.
You took after him. Okay. Gaetano, what do you think about what is going on?
Yes, it's very simple. I think I have a contract with Menzgold. I sold my gold to them, and then they would give me my returns. What is government's problem? They should stay off. If Menzgold fails, I take them to court because we have a contract. If they default, they have a problem with me. If I default and withdraw my money before my contract ends, they also have a problem with me.
Okay. Gaetano, thank you very much for calling. And Kofi is also calling from Adabraka. Kofi, what do you think?
Hello, good morning. Good morning to you and your listeners.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, I would like to ask a simple question. All these Chinese that come to our country to extract our gold, don't you think they have something in mind as return on investment? And do you think they are not making more than 100% on their investments by extracting gold from our country? Don't you think they are making more than that?
Make your point.
Gold is giving 100 and something percent a year. It's you see, you can go to Makola and people buy goods from China and all that. They are making much more than that. Every investor looks at return on investment. So this is nothing out of the blue. That's my opinion anyway.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kofi. From Adabraka. Papa Besio is calling from Mile 7. Papa, it's been a while since I heard from you on the show.
Danny, it's been a while, my brother.
Hope all is well.
By the grace of God, just that I am really not happy about situations in the country today.
Let's hear you.
Every sector of the economy is bazaar. Just look at the education side. Double track is bazaar. You understand? Look at the banking sector too. Closing of banks, workers have been sacked left, right, and center. Bazaar.
Papa, let's have your thoughts about Menzgold, okay? There are other people on the line.
I'm coming to that.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that, look at the business sector now, relating to Menzgold. What is happening? You see, look, to be frank with you, this action and other actions, it is really touching the heart of people. The government has to sit up. Seriously, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Bye for now, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Papa BCU, for calling. Frank is calling from Accra. Good morning, Frank. Hi, Frank. Good morning.
I'm Sudaji.
Yes, how are you doing?
I'm well, yourself.
God is good. Let's hear you.
Okay, you see, we are living in a country where you find even buildings where they will write on the wall, stop work, and you look at the date, and that date is almost like 5 years, 2 years, and 3 years, and still the structure keeps on rising higher without it breaking down. I laid this problem on the door of the government and people. That you're in a country where you know that the unbanked is more than those who are banking.
Yes.
So they look at their accounts and their charges of the month. They save money or they put their money in a mobile money wallet and they get interest a bit or something. And people think that Menzgold, for instance, if they have to keep their money there, 30,000 Ghana cedis and they are able to get interest of 30,000. I don't need to work. And at the end of the day, that's it. You know, wake up. I wake up most of the time and I listen to you, and I know that you're already on set and on radio. And I ask myself, how do you do that? It's because of money, right? Now, I find the posture of Menzgold and the lawyer very suspicious. I feel that they think that they can get away with this because no matter what they do, they will still be trading and people getting money. If where people get their gold from, they take it to Menzgold and that company is not licensed, then it means that they are trading illegally and that company needs to be shut down. If that company is shut down right now, then ask yourself, how is Menzgold going to get that kind of gold to be trading for people to get money?
Right.
So if that company needs to be shut down, it's illegal because that company is not licensed. If Menzgold is licensed, where does Menzgold get the gold from?
Interesting question you raised there, Frank. Thanks for calling. We'll take our last caller, Christopher from Kumasi, before we move on. Good morning, Chris.
Yes, sir. Good morning, Daniel. How are you?
I am blessed. Chris, please turn off the radio by you. There's a bit of a delay there.
All
yes,
right.
And let's
Danny,
speak on the phone.
My greetings to all the former president of the country, J.J. Rawlings, former President John Mahama. My worry is, Danny, why will individuals come together, form a bank, then people go in there and put their money at those banks, then the shareholders come from behind, take the money back, go and do their private businesses, and then at the end of the day, the government will use my tax money to bail the bank. When these guys will use this money to do their other things, I mean, what kind of country are we in, Daniel? That's my question. And they'll go around using the money for things that are not important. Enjoying what the people of Ghana are suffering. But nothing seems to be working now in this country.
Okay.
Because people can't voice out. Nothing seems to be working. And we sit down there and then make noise without any action. In fact, Ghana, we talk. We don't act. Danny, and if Menzgold is saying that, come and put your money down, let me give you 7%. And people are testifying that, yes, they are good. I don't have any problem with them. They are helping me. Why would Bank of Ghana be worrying them? Instead of going after the UT shareholders, the capital, whatever, to chase, you are rather venting your anger on Menzgold. I mean, what is this?
Thank you very much, Chris, for calling from Kumasi. That was Christopher, our very last caller. Let me take the last batch of messages here from Enimwa, and then we'll move on. Go ahead.
Okay, so Podeo on Leeds says, Menzgold, Moto, Azanson. Our problem in Ghana is that we just hire people with money. We don't care to track and follow the progress of the people. Isn't this the same Menzgold signing on artists amidst bliss and funfair? Yawen Tema says, on Menzgold, short-term returns is very good, but there is the danger of losing principal, and customers should not ask government to recover their money in case of a collapse. Those who say BOG and others should stay off Menzgold because they are getting returns, and these attempts to frustrate indigenous business should tread with caution. They are condoning an illegality if the discussions on documentation so far are correct. They might as well say that we farmers and sellers should operate without hindrance. After all, they are a support to the local communities. Or that's from Yao. We cannot talk about the current without talking about the past. What did Nana Appiah Mensah and William Achutetbo do with SF Gold Ghana Limited? Now it's Menzgold. That's from Kwamina. Good morning, Daniel. The cycle of poverty is being created by our incompetent leaders. How can you sign and agree to a deal that does not allow Ghanaians to purchase their own gold and make a profit out of it? And finally, if people are not taking what is being said about Menzgold, just leave it. Should the government close it down, those who have their money there shouldn't complain. Simple. That's from Pabs. Can I just say that when you do text in, please do add your name so that we can recognize that it's from you. Otherwise, we're reading your messages without knowing who you are.
Okay. Thank you very much, Enimado.
Hey, them they waste them my time. When you talk about me, I go shine. My body no be only the way you they try. When I get shot, I will be some different guy. Cause the cheese make a tell them the life. What we they live for street, no be lies. If your woman says she love my style, it's about time before they stop this guy, my guy. Ayo, I bend your back, guess I need a moko. Ayo. Obi has to run, nobody go beat up. We dey kill our future. Ayo, I bend your back, guess I need a moko. Ayo, they never talk say shut up, be good. Always I be bad. I for win, I watch for just being me. No be today when we start this thing. Then they die when I say I be the dancehall king. But I know say that me like my thing. Make I repeat them again, nobody can stop.